What's going on, guys? It's Bucky and welcome to your 55th tutorial. And in this tutorial, I'm going to be beginning to talk about something called polymorphism. Now, polymorphism is a subject that gives a lot of students and a lot of people problems because whenever someone tries to explain it, they make it really confusing. So let me give you guys just a basic example, not through code or anything. I just want to talk to you guys for a second. So say you wanted to make a computer game and you know that your computer game you wanted to include a bunch of enemies like monsters and ninjas and just a bunch of different types of enemies. Well, all of these enemies shared a common function. Say they all had an attack function to try to attack you. However, they all attacked you in kind of different ways. Maybe the ninja threw a sigh at you, and a monster tried to scare you from under your bed. And all these different enemies, even though they had the same function, they worked a little bit different. Well, what polymorphism allows you to do is it allows you to call that same attack function on many different objects. And since all of these objects, like ninjas and monsters, since they're all enemies, this is why it's valid. So since they all inherit from the same class, you can call attack on each different object. And even though ninja has an attack and monster has an attack, even though you're calling the same function on different objects, they all know what to do. They all know that they're supposed to attack you in some way. So what polymorphism basically allows you to do is use the same function and have many different outcomes. So that's the basic idea behind polymorphism, but there's actually a lot to understand. So let's go ahead and get to it. So let's go ahead and start making that computer game now. So go ahead and make a class, and we'll name it enemy. And don't forget, put your semicolon at the end. And now let's go ahead and let's say that we're going to have a ninja and a monster, and they're each going to have an attack power, how much they're going to hurt you. So let's go ahead and, well, since we learned what protected is, we can go ahead and use that. And we'll put int attack power. So now every enemy has an attack power. So now let's of course make a function in order to set that attack power. So we'll make it public, of course, and we'll just make it void set attack power. And this is going to take one parameter, of course, some number. And using that number, we're going to set the attack power. And again, this attack power doesn't really mean anything. It's just a made up number. So attack power equals A. So we're going to pass it in like a value of 10, and the ninja's attack power is 10. Whatever the heck attack power means, right? So now let's go ahead and make another class. Let's go ahead and make class ninja, and this ninja class is going to inherit from public enemy. So all ninjas are enemies. We already know that. So now let's go ahead and add some things that are specific to only ninjas. Well, in each of these classes, let's go ahead and make an attack function. So public void attack. There we go. And now what we can do is, I guess I'll just throw everything on one line. This is the part that's going to be specific to the ninja class. So right here we're saying, alright, we're going to have some ninjas, but a ninja is still going to be an enemy. I mean, an enemy is an enemy. So whenever a ninja attack, what do I want them to do? Just see out on the screen. I am a ninja chop, and it'll be like minus, not ninja cop, come on, ninja chop, and it'll be like minus, and then you'll write the attack power. Because remember, since it's an enemy, it has that attack power attribute that it inherited. Hopefully you guys watched my last couple tutorials and aren't like, what the heck does inheritance mean? And then just go ahead and end that line right there. So now we have a ninja class that has all this crap from enemy, since it inherited from enemy, and it also has its own specific attack function. So whenever a ninja attacks, it's going to say, I'm a ninja chop, minus 10. Like it did 10 damage to you or something. So let's go ahead and copy this, and we'll make another class right here. We'll call this class, actually I'm about to scroll off the screen, so let me just bump this up. And we'll make, this a monster class. Now a monster is also an enemy, so you have two enemies. You have a ninja and a monster. However, when a monster attack, it says, monster must eat you. Exclamation point, and it'll be like minus 25 or something. Like eating you doesn't kill you. It only does 25 damage. So basically what we have here is three classes. We have an enemy class, which is common to all enemies. So all enemies are going to have an attack power. However, each specific enemy attacks in a specific way. A ninja is going to chop you, and a monster is going to eat you. So let's go ahead and start coding and making all these objects. So in our main right here, let's go ahead and make a ninja object, ninja, and I'll just name this N, and a monster object, and I'll just name this M. So you got a ninja and a monster. And now what we need to do is we need to make two enemy objects. So let me go ahead, enemy, and make a pointer, and we'll just name this enemy1. And we're going to set this equal to the address of our ninja object. Now, before I go on, let me say this. Because this ninja object is of type enemy, remember, all ninjas are indeed enemies, all monsters are indeed enemies. That's why we can do this. That's why we can say the address equal to the pointer. So anything that an enemy can do, a ninja can do. Does that make sense? It should. And also anything an enemy can do, a monster can do. So let's go ahead and just, I shouldn't do this. You should never copy and paste because you always mess up stuff. Enemy 2, we'll set this equal to monster address. So basically what we can do now is this. We can use that enemy 1 object, and remember, whenever you're working with pointer functions, you need that little arrow, and you see it already pops up attack power. So our program already knows that any enemy object you can call attack power, because even if it's a ninja, a monster, they all have an attack power. So that's why this is valid. So whenever you set your attack power to, a ninja can do like 20 damage or 29 or whatever, it already knows that it's supposed to apply this to the ninja object. So even though we're setting it enemy attack power 29, it knows that indeed, since it's pointing to the ninja object, that means the ninja's attack power is 29. So basically, before I go on, because a ninja is a type of enemy, this is valid, this line of code right here. Anything that ninjas can do, or excuse me, anything that an enemy can do, a ninja can do, because a ninja is just a more specific type of enemy. So every how should I say this? Every enemy has an attack power, so that's why we're able to do this. Every enemy has an attack power, and the reason it knows whose attack power to set is because it's a ninja object right here. Enemy 1 equals a ninja object. So let's go ahead and just copy this. Again, you should never copy, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll set enemy 2, which is the monster. We'll set this attack power equal to, 99 or something stupid. So now we can go ahead and with each of these objects, we can call attack, and it will give it their own custom attack. So N, attack, I already filled it in first, and M, attack. So we kind of used a combination of, two different classes. Using the general enemy class, we set the attack power, and then whenever it attacks, it's going to use that attack power, like I'm a ninja, ninja chop 29. So let's go ahead and run this and see if I forgot any semicolons or anything, and I did, so hold on a second. Oh, I see what I did wrong. What I did wrong is I actually just tried setting the attack power, and the method was called set attack power. So let's go ahead and copy this, and we'll set attack power to 29 and set attack power to 99. Now if we go ahead and build and run that, there we go. It says I am a ninja, ninja chop, minus 29. And the reason it knew minus 29 was because of this line right here. And whenever we set the enemy 2, which was an enemy object, but it knows that it's supposed to be working with that monster object, whenever we set that attack power equal to 99 right there, had to find it, it knows that whenever the monster attacked, it was supposed to have an attack power of 99. So that is basically how you can do that. And I guess I'll see you guys later.